Dr. Eric Berg, and we're about to bring him on in just a second. He is going in the studio, Dr. Eric Berg, and he's going to be by voice today, and will talk to us about some of the things that he's been doing this for a long time. When I went to Dr. Berg, I had some issues and some problems, so we're going to bring him on and just kind of get a feel of him and who he is. Can we bring on his photo, his picture, please? So this is the first time doing this. It'll work in a second. In the meantime, while we're waiting for Dr. Berg to come on, he's going to actually talk to, there he is right there. Okay, let's get his voice on. What line is he on? Okay, we're still waiting. And as soon as he comes on the line, we will get started. I don't see the call yet. Do we have a call? He didn't call. Oh, okay. He should be calling in just a second. All right, great. All right. But until he calls, until he's on the phone, what we're going to talk about... Oh, there he is right there. All right. Hold on.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Dr. Eric Berg, this is Gwen. I'm so glad you had the opportunity to call in to us today. This is so exciting. I was just sharing.
Nice to be on your show.
Yes. I started off telling everyone a little bit about how I met you, and I met Dr. Berg for real at a church workshop. I was told about it. My husband kept telling me, oh, you got to go see him. You got to go see him. And the last day of the workshop, I don't even know if you know this, Dr. Berg, that was the day that I went. And when I saw him, something just quickened in my spirit. I'm like, okay, this person got some answers for me. So, Dr. Berg, I would love for you to just give us a little bit more information about yourself and, when you got started in all this.
Sure. I kind of didn't get started in it because I was really initially interested in it. I was very sick myself. In fact, growing up, the only thing that I ate green was pistachio ice cream and lime green Jell-O. So I didn't eat any vegetables until I was 21 years old. I ate pure junk, being from the Midwest. And then it caught up with me when I was in my 20s. I got really sick. When I was 28, I had arthritis. I had a really bad liver, and I was desperate. And that really forced me to go on an obsessive search and journey to find out how to get better. So through that, made some really interesting observations and discoveries that I compiled in different books and seminars and videos.
Okay.
And now what I do is I basically show people how to really get healthy, because when you try to do a search on YouTube, you get massive amount of data, but you don't really know what is the good stuff or what's the trivial bad stuff. So in the videos, I have over 200 million views on YouTube. The reason I have 200 million is because I cover stuff that works, and people follow me and they keep watching the videos because it works. So my whole thing is to teach people things that work.
Well, I'm proof of that. I'm a living testimony of how my body was a wreck when I met Dr. Berg. I went to a lot of doctors. I did this program by me being a nurse. I tried this and I tried that, and nothing worked. Actually, it was a state of confusion for real. And Dr. Berg, you did several things. You explained to me what was going on in my body that no one has ever said to me. And I knew right then, with being in the medical field myself, that this is something very interesting. One of the things that I did, I don't know if you remember, but I started telling everybody I knew. My blood sugar and all the issues and problems started to balance in 3 days on your program. I don't even know if you remember that.
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember.
Yes,
it was quite amazing. Well, you're a perfect example of even a typical person with diabetes, which they come in with. Diabetes is a disease of high sugar, right? I mean, you're trying to get the sugar down, you take medication, and you try to, like, survive, and the problem with diabetes is eventually the eyes go bad, the feet go bad, the kidneys go bad, the heart goes bad. So wouldn't it make sense, Gwen, to reduce your sugar in the diet? Wouldn't that make common sense? Because
Yes.
unfortunately, the recommendations don't really tell you to lower your carbohydrates. So if someone has diabetes and they don't lower their carbohydrates down to probably between, I'd say, 20 to 50 grams per day, not per meal, but per day,
Wow.
then it's going to be almost impossible to ever resolve it. So when you look at the simplicity of what diabetes is, it's a disease of too much sugar. So this is kind of brings up the point of what we recommend is, and there's a term for this eating plan called keto. And it sounds like a Japanese word, but keto is basically when you burn fat for fuel, not sugar, but actual fat. Your body has a byproduct that comes out being ketones, and you can use ketones as fuel. And the best fuel for someone that is a diabetic or wants to lose weight is to run your body on ketones, not sugar fuel.
So you're basically talking about how there's a process that we have control over in our bodies, that if we switch from doing one thing to something else, our body will begin to work for us like it was designed to.
Thank you. Yeah, there's two types of fuel. You can run your body on sugar, or you can run your body on ketones. And the way to run your body on ketones is basically by reducing your carbs in your diet. That's that simple. So when you hear these, these people talking about, oh, I'm in ketosis, I'm doing the ketogenic diet, what they're doing is they're lowering their carbs to the point where people then have to switch over to burn their fat for fuel, which is kind of a new concept for people. But the real amazing thing about putting your body in healthy ketosis is that it goes way beyond just the weight loss. It goes into the health benefits.
Okay.
You can improve your memory, your focus, your energy, your quality of sleep, your cravings go away, your mood actually comes up. It's quite remarkable. So, sometimes when you go to a restaurant and you see people what they eat, you just want to walk up to them and go, because you see, for example, they have puffy legs, they have swollen legs, they're overweight, they have puffy eyes. I'm like, if you could just do keto for 1 week, you would be blown away because you're going to feel so much better. So I pretty much am on a mission to kind of teach people how to do ketosis in a healthy way. Some of the confusion that people have out there is that, oh, if you do keto, you're going to have bad breath, or you're going to have fatigue, whatever. Well, no, not if you do it healthily. There's a way to do it healthily, and that's pretty much what I want to talk about, because it's like dynamite as far as getting rid of issues and inflammation in your body and all sorts of other issues. And it goes way beyond just the typical low-fat, low-calorie diets that just don't work. So I just want to introduce everyone to this great concept. It's called healthy ketosis, and it's very easy to do, and it's very satisfying, and your hunger goes way down, so you're not struggling so much. So
That's
it's
good.
a really good thing to know about.
That's good. I remember when I initially did your program that my body went into ketosis, and I remember that, and I was feeling so good, but by being a diabetic, that a lot of times people say that that's not a good idea for a diabetic. But I was a diabetic, but my body still went into ketosis, and I was fine. I had the energy. That's when I started getting the energy. So, Dr. Bird, can you explain a little bit more about, what is your vision? What is your plan? How would you like to be a help to the community?
Well, we do a lot of, I do a lot of education videos on the basics. I'm really big on YouTube. We're going to be doing a summit at the Gaylord Hotel in Maryland in October. We're going to also be doing seminars in the community at different churches. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to show people how to do this the right way, how to get results fast, how to get their body to get healthy to lose weight versus trying to lose weight and trying to somehow get healthy. So we found that if you get people healthy, the weight comes off as a natural effect or a side effect of getting healthy versus anything else, because the weight, the fat, the obesity is really just a symptom. It's not a disease. It's a symptom of an unhealthy body. And what I mean by that is a body that's tired, a body that's craving the wrong things, a body that has poor memory, brain fog, a body that can't sleep, stressed out. That's the type of unhealthiness I'm talking about. Not necessarily a disease, but you just don't feel great. You know, having extra weight on your body is not healthy. But the main thing is to understand how to put your body into a state where actually it can burn fat all day long, all night long, without running on all the sugar. So that's really our mission, is to be able to teach people these basics. And it's so incredible, and it's so simple, and you can start seeing changes like you've never seen. And I've been in practice for 30 years, and I've never seen the results with the keto compared to other diets that I've put people on in the past.
Okay. And, you know, but speaking of I know this is wonderful. I am studying with Dr. Berg. So there is a plan on how we would love to share this information. Would you like to talk about that?
Sure. So you want to talk about specifically what we're going to be doing?
Yes, we're actually have a plan on how we can help people.
Yeah. So the plan is to help do various seminars. We're going to be doing seminars in the school system. We're going to be doing seminars in the different churches and different groups in the community. So if someone has a wellness program, what they can do is they can call in and see if we have availability to do the seminar for a particular time that fits with them. But the seminar that we have is about an hour long. I personally have done 4,900 seminars over the period of years. So I have this seminar that is very captivating. It's educational. People can actually get all the basics they need to go home and really start dropping the weight, but in a healthy way. Yes. So we're going to be teaching people exactly how to do that. Now, there's two strategies that we're going to be showing them how to do. Number one is how to put your body in healthy ketosis. And number two, how to do what's called intermittent fasting. And what that is, that's not a diet. That is just a pattern of eating and not eating. And, at first you might think, wow, that's not going to really be that effective. But it's probably one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, because when you give your body a chance to heal without eating every hour and a half, by the way, and I'm talking about people that graze all night long or are snacking through the day, which is just terrible for their health, what happens is that you can put the body in a state where it can start to heal. So just as you would use going to sleep at night for improving your energy during the day, you need fasting to actually help rejuvenate the organs and the tissues that are damaged and traumatized, because eating is kind of a little bit of a trauma. So we're not talking about going on a low-calorie diet. We're talking about going on a program that allows your organs to rest, allows your digestive system to rejuvenate. And so we're going to show people how to do it in a nice, gradual, healthy way, the pattern that you need to follow to really see the changes. So the combination, Gwen, of healthy ketosis and intermittent fasting is literally a mind-blowing technique, package of or combination of things to do to really take your health to a whole new level. If you do keto without intermittent fasting, your progress will be only so much. So we have to show people how to maximize their results, and it's we've done this on thousands and thousands of people around the world with with amazing success. So we want other people to have that same success. We are going to be doing a documentary, and we want to, for those people that allow us to film the before and afters, we want to do that. And then for those people who need coaching, we can also help you with that as well. But the whole goal is to reach out, give people the basic information so they have enough to go home and start doing this and seeing results.
Excellent, excellent. One of the key words you said is a healthy way to do this. Now, I'm aware that there are many, things going on and plans now, but the health part is something that you've always been interested in, on how to build health. That is so important. We have to build health in everything that we do. We can't just, do things without it having a healthy aspect to it, right?
Yeah, because there's when I talk about health, there's a lot of stuff that comes up, and there's a lot of confusions. If you go to the doctor and say, "Doc, tell me what to do to get healthy," you'll see a big blank in his face. Like, he won't know what to say, because their method of getting you healthy is basically only giving you medication when you need it, or maybe sending you to the dietitian. But there's really, how do you get people healthy? Well, there's a couple ways that you have to do it. It's the quality of food that you give people, and you also have to look at what you're giving people that are destroying the health. When out of all the things that people do, there's one hormone that is the most damaging of all the hormones. In fact, it's a hormone that will create the most devastation to your brain, your kidneys, your heart, your feet, your weight, your mood. And there's so many problems connected with this one hormone if it's too high. And that hormone is insulin. So at the seminar, we're going to really educate people on what insulin is, how to avoid getting too much of it. I mean, we need a normal amount. We can't live without it. Mm-hmm. But we definitely, we become really sick with too much of it. And the things that raise it, they're very specific. They're in our foods. So these are some of the things we're going to teach people so they have the correct knowledge. If you were to lower a person's insulin to a normal level just with diet and certain things, and eating certain things and avoiding certain things, you would be able to create the most benefit, the most bang for the health, the most positive change with weight loss, with improvements in all sorts of cells and organs out of anything else that you can do. So that's why we're doing these seminars, because we can, basically it's about giving a strategy. A strategy is using using your brain to overcome an obstacle, using something that is a little bit smarter versus working harder, right?
Right.
So we want people to be smarter about things, but you can't unless you have the right information and right knowledge. So we're going to show people, hey, out of all the things that you've heard before, these are the things that are the most absolutely important that you have to know. Forget the other stuff. Don't worry about this. And just focus on this, and then you watch the success, because you're going to be blown away by the success. So, but I think if you don't have that right knowledge, it's going to be really hard to figure it out, because you're going to search on the internet. Like if you just type on Google how to get healthy, how to lose weight, the first 10 pages are going to be filled with conflicting information, wrong information, missing information, and you're just going to be confused.
Yeah, and that's so clearly seen. That's why we're doing everything, we're trying everything, we're using this and using that, and a lot of things just not safe. The reason why I know that I'm studying this and I'm working with Dr. Bird, but what I realize is that this is stuff that the medical society is aware of. I learned a lot of this that he's teaching a long time ago, but just wasn't able to connect the dots. But when I did his program, in 3 days, my body changed. And when I work with other people, 3 days, if the program is followed, it's only 3 days. And for the average person, and they will begin to see a change. So this program is like icing on the cake. And I'm really, really impressed. So how would you, have you seen us, how we're going to work this, and what would you like to maybe tell the people on how do we get this started? I know you're already doing it, but we want to just take it a little bit further. We want to bring it to the local church.
I would recommend doing this. If you have a group, if you have a church, if you have an organization that you would like us to come speak at, to call in and let us know. And what we'll do is we'll coordinate a time to do the talk. The cost of the talk is free. We're not going to sell you anything. We're here to give information out. The only thing that we want in exchange is a success story. That's all. So we show you how to get the success, and we want your story.
Yes.
So that's a good exchange, right?
Yes, that's awesome. In fact, you saw the commercial, and that commercial was over 6 years ago. And that was, as you can see, I was so excited because I had been sick. I had been sick for years. And all of a sudden, I had a burst of, and this is with the old program, okay? So imagine this new thing. All of a sudden, my energy came back. My lab work was normal. The doctors wanted to know, well, what are you doing? And it's still going on today. I can go and get a blood test, and my blood test is so good. The doctors will say to me, just whatever you're doing, just keep it up. And so that is longevity, because that's been a while. So I'm just so excited about what we're going to do. So we want to bring to you and to your group this the information, the program, give you some power so that you can take control over your own life.
Yeah, and I want to just touch on one thing, Gwen, if I can. It's about something called the metabolic syndrome.
Yes.
Syndrome X. Mm-hmm. Metabolic syndrome. What is this metabolic syndrome thing? Well, metabolic syndrome is a combination of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, pre-diabetes, or you can just say high sugar, belly fat. Okay, that's metabolic syndrome. So many people have all of those things, right?
Yes.
And it's like this mysterious metabolic syndrome that is out there lurking, and people have it, but they don't know what to do about it, and it's all confusing, and it's your obesity causes a risk factor, like it's one big ball of confusion. Let me just tell you something right now. Every single item under the metabolic syndrome is being caused by high insulin. In fact, recently there was a paper by a group of researchers, medical doctors, who started to consolidate all of the research out there on metabolic syndrome and took out the ones, out of thousands, they took out 500 of the studies that actually measured insulin, because they wanted to connect the dots. They wanted to see, does high insulin cause all these things, or is high insulin just part of it, like one of the symptoms? Because you have to look at the cause and effect relationship. Well, anyway, they found 500 studies that they tested insulin. Near 100% of the time, there was high levels of insulin with all of those studies. So if you think about it, when you're a diabetic, even type 2, what happens is they eventually start giving you insulin. Well, guess what? You already have high insulin in the first place, and that's basically what's causing the insulin resistance, which is blocking insulin, and then your body makes more. So what's happening is like, it's kind of like if you had high thyroid or hyperthyroidism, and someone gave you thyroid medication. That would be the worst thing to do. So when someone's getting insulin, and they're a diabetic, where they have too much insulin, it's like taking gasoline and putting it on a fire.
Wow.
It's just going to make things worse. So the observation was made with metabolic syndrome is that all of those so-called symptoms in metabolic syndrome are really side effects from high insulin. So it's the high insulin that's causing all those things. So in the seminar, we're going to show you there's 7 items that will raise insulin. You guys need to learn that so you can avoid these things. And then once you get that information and your insulin comes to a normal level, just watch what happens to the metabolic syndrome. Let's see if you actually even have these problems anymore. But we're not making any claims. We're not going to cure you, but we actually work with the doctors in having you and your doctor research better strategies, better research papers, a healthier diet, so you guys can work together to get yourself healthy.
Wow. That's awesome. So what I'm hearing is that the reason why we're in the situation that we're in this syndrome X, with all the things that's occurring in our physical bodies, is because we have a lack of knowledge in that area. So in the seminars, we're going to give you some information, some knowledge, so that you can have the wisdom and the power to be able to control your own health, so you can feel better, so you can begin to build health. And I just think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and I know some people are saying, well, why doesn't my doctor know this? Well, the problem is the doctors aren't trained in food therapy or nutrition. They know about the biochemistry of the body. They know about the anatomy. They know about the pharmacology. They know about surgery. But as far as food therapy, they're just not taught that. So they're not taught hardly any nutrition. So, asking a doctor about nutrition, you just can't give you the right information. I mean, doctors are great for surgery and if you have a medical problem, but we're talking about using food to heal our bodies. That's all we're trying to do.
Wow. And that is the biblical way. That is the way that our body is designed to heal itself if we put the right things in, right?
That's right.
So then, just like to thank you, Dr. Berg, because what we're trying to do is bring to you. And this is for those that have groups, churches, meetings where you would love to gather people together so we can come and give the information. It's information sharing. Out of that information, if you activate it, because it's nothing without action, you will see results. And you work along with your physician, and we want a testimony. So I heard my commercial didn't play just now, but in my advertisement on the social media, that was my advertising from years ago. That's when I had the energy and the fire to be able to say, hey, this thing works. And I told so many people about Dr. Berg's program back then. It is twice, 3, 4, 5 times better now. So I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited that, the Lord laid it on his heart to have me to come and share with you guys and to work with him to be able to get this out to the congregations and the schools and wherever the door opens up for us. So any last thing you'd like to say, Dr. Berg, before?
The last thing I want to say is that I presently no longer practice. My main focus is shifting to YouTube and other videos. So I do a lot of YouTube. I mean, I have over 3,000 YouTube videos. And so to do that full-time requires a tremendous amount of research and then filming and all this other thing. So for those of you that want more information, you can go to YouTube. You can reach out to Gwen and see if we can do a seminar, but I don't have a clinic. So for those of you that want to come to my clinic, I don't have one. And
you don't know what you're missing. Let me just talk about the clinic, because I used to go to the clinic. Actually, I used to try to go once a year. Oh my goodness. It was the best clinic. I would go and get the chiropractor adjustments, and I realized I really needed that. But anyway, so there's a wealth of information that Dr. Berg has for us. And I would love for anyone that would like to connect with this and contact me, inbox me. You can call me, and I'll put it on the calendar. And hopefully it'll be a time that we'll be able to get Dr. Berg to come, and we will come out and talk about it and teach you guys if you like.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dr. Berg.
My pleasure.
All right. And we'll be talking later.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so basically, Dr. Bird approached me because I was, I worked with him in the past, and I did a lot of commercials, and I did a lot of advertising, because this thing really worked. I get excited about things that work. And when I see the hand of God moving, like here now, I get excited because, God can use a person. He used a rock. He can use anybody he wants to say, okay, we're in a new time and a new season. It is time that the body of Christ kind of wake up. We need to wake up. And to have something that's coming to us with information to help us that really works, I think is an awesome opportunity for us. So there are going to be a lot of changes. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to, it's going to connect with them. And they are going to like, wow, it works. And so once we are healthy, though, we're talking about building health. What goes along with building health is the energy to be able to praise the Lord. It's the energy to be able to do our purpose in the earth. It's the energy to be able to get rid of belly fat. It will go away. You will watch that belly fat go away based on the information that will be provided. You will be absolutely amazed. So I'm talking to the pastors, the leaders, the principals, that anyone with a group that we can come in and share, because you're going to be like me. That testimony that I'm sharing on Facebook, that excitement was because this thing changed my life. And we're talking about the old program. This one is twice as better, much better. So I just like to thank you guys for coming in today and for this viewing. And I know that if God had touched your life to make some changes, and you know that we're trying a lot of different things, to have someone to say, this is what I can do for you, that's God. So give me a call, give me an inbox, Gwen Jones, Dr. Gwen Jones. I'm on Facebook. You can message me. I'll call you back, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much. Oh, I think it was wonderful. I'm a nurse, and I've been in the healthcare field for a long time, and I studied all of this. This is amazing. Well, a lot of this I learned in nursing school 30 years ago, but it was never applied in practice. I never seen it. I'm used to being treated for my symptoms or helping other people with their symptoms, but this is amazing. This is getting to the root of the problem or the cause of what's going on in the person's body. I was absolutely ready for it. I searched for 12 years. I've been a diabetic for 12 years, and I've been looking for the answer. I knew it had to be more to it than what I was taught, and I took all the classes, I learned everything, but no one told me why until I went to see Dr. Berg. So this is great. So this information is absolutely wonderful. Just get healthy. Get healthy. And if you could just get healthy on the inside by eating the correct food, by putting the right nutrients in your body, then just see how your body responds. I'm a new person. I'm 60 years old. I have the metabolism of a 25-year-old person, and I spread this news everywhere I go.